warming up the truck again. We're headed to the post office once again. I have got a second thermocouple gauge wired up to the same place, same wires. So you can see what I've got here is this is the wire coming in, and it's just wired in parallel with these wires going up to the other gauge. So they're both reading, and yes, I've tested that electrically, isolated them separately. They both give me the same reading whether or not the other gauge is there, so this does seem to work. As you can tell, they're not reading the same temperature. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. They are both calibrated, but they're different. There's no way to change the calibration on this, so I just have to do it externally. I just have to know what the temperatures are in relationship to each other. So I've got, this is the gauge from China, this is the gauge from Sean. I've got a table here which does seem to relate them. Okay, there's say 380, that's 473, 380, 486. Okay, so given that it's going up so quickly, this one is just a little bit behind, so this one is going up slower than this one. Anyway, that does seem to be the relationship between them, and I'm going to drive around with both of them and see what I get. Alright, we're coming close to our warmed up speed here, trucking down the road, 60 miles an hour. One on the floor, getting close to 1,000 degrees. One up here is reading 1224. So I was looking that up on the chart. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but that's pretty close to accurate from what I figured out. The conversion rate is 28%. So if I just multiply the lower number by 1.28, then I get the higher number, and that seems to be fairly accurate, within a few degrees across the board. Okay, just a short clip here. We just got to the post office, but just wanted to show what the temperature's doing. We're idling. Staying steady there at 980 degrees. That's showing 1263. It's fallen a little bit. That one's fell down a degree as well. When it's the slow changing, the degree by degree changes, they both have an excellent response rate, just because the data is coming in, the data is changing so slowly. And you can see, maybe you can see on my chart, 980 is equivalent to 1254, 1260, okay, and 979, so that should be falling here in a bit. As you can see, I mean, the conversion rate is so close across the board that, yeah, see, that's now starting to fall. I have a feeling that it's got to do with the internal temperature compensation that it does. This one's probably got a better idea of what the actual temperature is up here, because it has to compensate for that based on what temperature it is in the cabin. And so this may vary from day to day, but it does seem to be staying fairly close. Certainly usable. I don't need to know to the exact degree that the grade is staying. I mostly need to know the rate of change. And right now it's dropping a degree at a time, and you can see that it's doing the same thing on both sensors. I will shut it off, and we'll see what happens when I come back. I just want to film the startup of these two gauges so that you can see what the differences are. Just switch the key on. You can see one of them is climbing rapidly all the way to the target temperature, and the other one boots up a little bit, and then it shows the temperature, but both of them arrive at roughly the same time. I'll do that one more time for you. So you can see the floor's ready, and the Chinese gauge is now ready. And of course that happens every time you crank the motor as well. Okay, back at home again. Just wanted to show you what my final temperature was. I got up to, it was about a 7-mile round trip. 1040 on that gauge, 1336 on that gauge, which, as you can see, 1040, 1331, and that says 1336. So very predictable within this range. I can know pretty accurately what my temperatures are going to be. So that's going to conclude the comparison of these two. I will continue to monitor and see how it goes. Thanks for watching.